Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zach. We're doing another ECOMI VeVe video. Currently the price would be on OMI 6858 on the low of 677, on a high of 7301 technically over the past 24 hours. Now in this video we are going to be talking about a tweet that VeVe just put out that I'm going to have to try and find again on my other screen, so bear with for just a second whilst I pull it up. Okay, so this was posted an hour ago. I was on it on the hour, but I'm in a call with VeVe Anderson and a couple of other people right now, and had to take a break from the call to make this video happen. VeVe just got easier on the eyes. Get the update now, available in your app store. More details right here. Let's have a look at the details specifically, see what they are saying. VeVe app update build 0.519. While the front of house team has been showcasing VeVe to the world, the development team has been in build mode, making updates across the board for an improved user experience. This app release has significant updates in the store and market, so much we thought they deserved an explainer article. We also want to thank everyone for their feedback. We heard you and we're excited to share this update with you today. VeVe Store comic integration. The main update to the store revolves around the reorganization of comics. We said goodbye to the switcher bar and have integrated comics into the main store screen. This means you can now access comics in two ways. Let me be very clear. With what we're seeing right now, VeVe will be the ultimate vendor, in my opinion, for comic books. This will be the place that people go to. And you think about, of course, comic book stores, they will still be around. I'm not saying they won't be, but every industry is disrupted in different ways. And I do believe that VeVe will definitely have, already does have, but will have a very, very good stronghold, honestly, on the comic industry, I guess, with what they are doing with Marvel, with what they're doing with DC. They are already working with the most powerful comic licensors ever, just straight up, right? Now as they do more of this and more of this, as they make this product something that people can download and people can just read easily, obviously you have Marvel Plus already, I get that, or whatever the hell it's called, but as far as having the actual comic thing that, you know, comic and nerds realistically saying endearingly, you know, these people will have something that actually is limited edition that they can, of course, read on the plane as they're traveling on, you know, across holiday. They don't have to obviously take around, you know, if you have a comic at home that is incredibly precious to you, are you going to take it with you anywhere, or are you going to keep it at home and keep it safe? Most likely keep it at home and keep it safe. That's not an issue. You're not going to lose your comic on the VeVe app. It just doesn't happen. And so there are many reasons why, but let's continue on. The main update to the store revolves around the reorganization of comics, etc. Using the comics button in the store header, or scroll to find comics further down the store screen. And we can of course see the user interface that we have right here. This is incredibly important. I'm going to explain why very soon, because it's not just about not losing comics, right? There's a lot more going on here. And what we're talking about here is realistically digital / Web3 versus analog. So we have, of course, the screens that are going to be essentially, you know, that have been changed. We have the comic section right here, the latest drop section right here. So using the comics button in the store header, scroll to find it, etc. Collectibles are now found under the collectibles button. To make sure you never miss a comic drop, comics will now show in the coming soon and latest drop sections. Lastly, with this update, the content displayed on the store landing has also been refined with a focus on collectibles, comics, and drops. Then we have the VeVe Market, comics and listings. The market has undergone two main updates. Number one, improved comic display and organization. Number two, better formatting for long lists of editions. So comics rise when browsing to market and then comics. All comics are now grouped by the common variant cover. When selecting a comic, all available variant covers for that comic are displayed. The number in the top right corner now shows the total number of cover variants available for that comic. So what we're seeing right here is real quality of life improvements, and that's incredibly important, right? There's always going to be things that they need to update, things they need to improve, and we're going to continue talking about that in this video because I have some other things I want to show you. So we can see right here the comics interface that we have. Color-coded dots have also been added to each comic, so very smart, honestly, there. So you know which color variants are available for that comic. This color coding will eventually be rolled out app-wide. Now, of course, that's really important for accessibility purposes. The color codes are green for common, purple for uncommon, blue for rare, orange for ultra rare, and red for secret rare. That itself is also incredibly important, especially as younger people. And when I say younger people, I would technically class myself as a young person, but if we're talking even younger than me, say a decade younger or even a decade and a half, so roughly around the ages of say 7 to 15 years old, they are going to grow up with these things that VeVe is making right now. So, any comic nerd who is growing up as, say, a 10-year-old or whatever, who's already into X-Men or is into Avengers, etc., they're actually going to grow up with green meaning common, purple meaning uncommon, and blue meaning rare. I say that and it sounds like a joke. When I was playing video games back when I was 15, the ranks at which you would play against, or like you have in the Master Collector program, you have, Master Collector different sort of levels, if you like, different ranks. All these things really do mean a lot, I suppose, sentimentality as well, when it comes to people's, just coming up with this stuff. When viewing the grouped cover variants, each variant displays the associated color dot. For example, as seen in the image below, the common cover has a green dot, the uncommon a purple dot, and so on. Long list. As VeVe has hundreds of thousands of market listings on a weekly basis, showing the image for each collectible or comic requires way too much scrolling. So now, when selecting a collectible or comic, the editions for sales are displayed in a list form. This honestly makes me think a little bit about how you would use Windows Explorer. If you know what I'm talking about, great. The buy now and auction tabs are still in place with updated styling, rarity, and rarity color are now displayed in the header. To view or purchase, tap on the listing you want to view the collectible details screen. You can also tap the profile image or name to view the seller's profile. So again, we see the listing right here. And of course, this is a lot more, I think, information rich than otherwise before. Other updates worth mentioning: blind box collectibles now showing sold out in the store. Duplicate comics are now grouped on your collection screen, and the comic cover variant floor price now displays correctly, as you would hope so. These are things that are incredibly important. Some of you will think so, some of you won't. Let me go into something right now that makes it even more clear. This is the Fortnite lobby screen back in Season 6, so it was a while ago, but we can see here some different a digital user interface. That's what's important. Doesn't matter what the game is, doesn't matter what anything else like that is. All we need to care about is what we see on the user interface. We can see right here, down here, is the play button. That's incredibly important. You see right here, it says Team Rumble Squads. What that means is that you can click on this right here, and it'll actually take you to being able to try different things. So you have here solos, duos, trios, and these are all different game modes that you can play with. Now, what I've noticed Fortnite do in the recent months, which I thought was very interesting, and no marketers really spoke about this, which I was kind of confused by, is that Fortnite have, in fact, since having this screen right here, which essentially you can see the different game modes that you can play with. Now, in fact, if I go into my Fortnite right now, if I click on here, instead what it shows me is a Discover tab. Then I have my library, then I have Create an Island Code. Now, these don't really matter too much, but what does matter here is the Discover tab. Because what's happened is there are so many now new game modes in Fortnite, both community made and Epic Games made, that they've actually made what I like to call the Netflix look, right? So now you have recently played, you have trending, you have most popular, you have Fortnite competitive, death run. If you like Zone Wars, this is very important. Now, a lot of this won't make a lot of sense to you, and that's understandable, but what you need to really take from this is the words right here. If you like this, if you like that, categorizing this content, right? It's really important because that's exactly what Netflix does, and that's exactly what you see in general algorithms. What I'm getting at here is that eventually I do believe VeVe will have these: if you liked this NFT, you'll also like this NFT. If you bought this NFT is coming up, you might be interested. Here's the date, set a reminder for when you want it, a bit like how you have VeVe Spaces set reminding. These are things that I can see them doing because this would be essentially the best thing for the user experience, and that is incredibly important. Over time, as VeVe is seen as the place to go for official IP NFTs, such as comic books, such as the collectibles, etc., then we will need to see them up their game and really be on par with what we see from the tech giants like Netflix, like Google, with their algorithm, a bit like Amazon as well, where they recommend you products based on your own history, etc. So I'm excited for that. And I don't normally talk about this stuff when it comes to user interface, but I think I should because, again, I can take a lot of parallels from both gaming and general entertainment tech. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments below. Are you interested in these new quality of life differences? Personally, these tell me that VeVe and ECOMI are going in a good direction here. Having said that, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. If this video was interesting or helpful to you in any way, shape, or form, a like is always much appreciated. And if you would like to be kept happening in this topic every single day, most time today, this is my channel. I cover everything going on every single day. So if you want to be everything happening, hit that subscribe button and keep notifications on. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you in the next VeVe video.